We're joined by Idaho head coach John Newley and student athletes Stacy Barr and Alyssa Charleston. Coach, can you just start with an opening statement?
What a great game it was. You know, my hat's off to Seattle. They came out and played as hard as we knew they would. You know, they defend so well and are, you know, extremely well coached. We knew it was going to be a battle out there tonight. And I'm proud of my team for stepping up. It's how physical the game was, not letting it get to them, playing our game. And finally made the run that kind of broke it open there a little bit and held on at the end. Survive and advance has certainly been our motto in this tournament. And we did it all the way to the end. It's a great feeling. I'm so happy for my players. I'm so happy for my staff. You know, I feel like I got the greatest staff in America. You know, and our players have just worked their tails off to get to this moment. And it's fantastic. It's a great feeling.
Questions?
Coach, got to ask, the first two games, you guys had it at the buzzer, but this time they had a chance maybe to tie it up. What were your thoughts kind of after that turnover?
Oh, you don't want to know my real thoughts after that turnover, probably, what was running through my head. But, you know, I thought, oh, man, are you kidding me right now? You know, because we have been on the wrong end. And, you know, there it was again. You know, as I was just thinking back when I told these guys on Saturday that last Saturday our luck was going to change in Vegas when it came to those end-of-game situations. I said, we're letting it ride, baby. It's still going to go, man. We got one last shot to have them go in and out or something, and we got this.
Coach, I have two questions for you. One, you know, I asked you this question a little bit earlier in the year, but you came in with a really young team, a team that was picked 5th, 6th in the WAC, and here you are. I mean, did you expect this to be the case?
I did expect it to be the case. You know, I tell these guys when I recruit them, I tell them when we start practice, our goal is to get to the NCAA tournament. That will always be our goal wherever I'm coaching. And, you know, we told them, hey, that's what's going to happen, you know, and they believed. They believed. It was a rocky start. But, you know, I thought we had the talent to get here, young as they are. I know they're extremely talented basketball players. And I thought if they bought in and really believed that we could get it done, and they certainly did.
Question number 2, when can fans in Moscow expect the celebration appearance at the Corner Club?
That might go on for a week or 2.
Years.
Yeah.
Stacy, you can just talk about, you know, what it means for you guys to be in this situation, being on the NCAA tournament, especially, you know, as Coach said, you know, 4-10 start, but to be in this, you know, what this means to you guys to be able to pull it out like this.
Yeah, it was a pretty difficult start for our team, but to our credit, we, you know, towards the end of the season, we picked it up and we started playing as a team and getting those wins, and, you know, the unlucky ones where we lost on the buzzer and also, but to go to the tournament is huge. I mean, even just to win this one is unbelievable. It's no words for it, so.
Stacy, as Coach mentioned, you guys have been on the wrong end of some tight games this year. Was there a different belief this week when you got in those situations, especially after the first one went your way?
Yeah, I mean, San Jose went our way, which was great. We were, you know, the underdogs in the second game against Utah, and we came out on top, which is huge. And today it went our way again. And like Coach said, after the 2 during the season, towards the end of the year, things were going to start going our way, and thank God they did.
And then, John, it's been a rough year for the Idaho athletic department in general with everything going on with football, going independent and all that. Well, what does this mean for you guys to have something that's entirely positive to talk about?
I think it's great. You know, it's to come back, and the Vandal Nation will, I'm sure, will be out in full force and behind us. And I think it's great for our university. You know, I have great support, man. You know, President Ellis is leaving us, but, you know, he's been nothing but fantastic since he's been there. He comes to all our games. He emails me after our games, on the road, at home if he's not there, how we're doing. And, you know, and Rob Spears is the best athletic director I've ever worked for. So, you know, we have that support behind us internally, and to be able to produce out on the floor for everyone to see, you know, all the hard work is fantastic. And I just want everybody in Moscow and all Vandals everywhere to be proud of this team, because they should be, because these girls really worked hard to get where they're at right now.
This is for either of the players. What does this mean for a senior like Jessica Graham, who's been through injury after injury and then finalizing her career with this?
Well, I told Jess when we were hugging there at Core, I said, I told you we were going to get here. I said, Sorry it took 5 years, but you know what? You're finally here, and these guys probably have something else.
I mean, coming in, knowing Jess's story, she's the most, I don't know, she's such an endurer, you know, she goes through everything, and she has a positive attitude about everything, and she's such a positive leader, and just to be able to get for her what she's wanted for so long. She's wanted everything for us as a team. She's like the least selfish player you've ever played with. Like, she's so selfless, and so to get such a big thing for her after she's worked so hard is huge for us.
Hey, Stacy, for you scored all 16 of your points, and you also had 8 of your 11 rebounds after halftime. Just what opened up for you in the second half, and it seemed like you really weren't forcing it?
Yeah, in the first half, started off pretty slow, but I don't really know what it was. You know, maybe a little bit of a break at halftime and come back out, and my shots started dropping, and I got a couple lucky rolls. So, you know, got in there and got some rebounds in defense, which was, you know, a main goal for us after the first half.
Coach, we know obviously Seattle's a very good rebounding team, and you know, out-rebounded you by 14, and you had more turnovers and stuff like that. But what was it today about your team that you know, those numbers don't necessarily equate a win, but what was it about the team that impressed you tonight that was able to get out there to get the win?
What's been impressing me really about this team all year is the resiliency. You know, of when things start to go a little bad, they're digging down. You know, in November. It wasn't looking like it was now, and I think that's something they've learned over the course of the year is that basketball is going to be up and down, and it's not going to be perfect. And you know, as long as you keep, and I always tell them this, as long as you play as hard as you can all the time, good things are going to happen to you. I said, and I'm sure they're going to remember that, because we talk about that a lot, about just keep working, you know, just keep working. And when things went a little south there, you know, I told them, hey, if you want to win this game, then you're going to push back, and you're going to rebound, and you're going to do this. And every one of them was out there, and people behind the bench, every one of them buying in, saying, yep, and that's what we're going to do. And you know, you see the numbers really aren't in our favor, but you know, ultimately that final number is.
Coach, and when you talk about when the team was down and digging down and pushing, but there also seemed to be a level of patience, seemed to be some maturity where at the same time where you're digging down deep and you're being aggressive and you're going after rebounds, but also kind of letting the game come to you. It seemed like there was a level of maturity and patience there too.
Yeah, I want to tell you, our freshmen and our sophomore who played a lot last year, but our younger players are very even-keeled on the basketball floor. I've never seen the likes of a group that is like that. You know, they don't panic. Very rarely have I seen panic on their faces, the young guys. Alyssa certainly never does, and Jessica. So I think that right there, they knew that it was going to be okay. You know, we talked at timeouts, hey, it's okay. Everybody trust each other, and I think that's something that as the season has gone along that they've realized that they need to trust each other. We don't have one dominant player who's going to go out there and score, 37 points like Christensen did on us and almost win the game by herself. You know, everybody's got to do their share, and I think they all know that, and they really, really trust each other, and I think that's where that comes from.
Hey, Alyssa, you came out and made a couple of threes, and you all made 5 of 10 three-pointers as you took that 23-13 lead. I mean, how important was that kind of start to the outcome of this game?
I mean, I think it was important. You talked about maturity, but, Stacey and I were talking about how important it is to just, once we get stops, to be smart with the ball. And Coach was always telling me to, like when their hands are down, look for my shot. And Allie took a great drive in, passed it out to me, and her hands were down, and I was like, I'm going for it. And because the first half I had some success from the three. First 2 games didn't have success from the 3, but I think just the confidence, like what Coach was talking about, confidence in every one of my teammates, regardless of the outcome of the 3-point shot I took, I knew that we would be okay. We would get some sort of offensive rebound or stop on the other side. So just trusting that no matter what we do, only good can come from it.
Obviously, right now is right now, and you've won the WAC championship, but how bright is the future for this team losing only two players?
No, it's unbelievable. Just going into this year, I knew, it was going to be somewhat of a roller coaster, obviously, early. But, you look at what we have, everybody, coming back besides Jess and Anna. You know, we have such a great core right now, and they're so young. And I really love the kids we signed. You know, I think they're going to blend in perfectly with the players we have right now. And so, you know, the future couldn't be brighter for Vandal basketball. I can tell you that. There's absolutely, I wouldn't trade these guys for anybody. And you know, I think if they keep that work ethic they have, we're just going to keep getting better and better.
How does this run compare to the one that you made at Idaho State, and then being in the NCAA tournament, then how do you think that's going to help you this time around?
Well, you know, it was a different run for me here because I did it at Idaho State with a veteran team. You know, we lost the heartbreaker when they were all juniors, and then when they were seniors, we got it done, and they learned from that. And I think so that's different for me this time around because the expectations on that team at Idaho State were just almost crushed us. That everyone expected us to do everything with the players like we had with Doma and Lightfoot. So these guys, it's all fresh and new, and it's going to help me just because I know how to prepare. You know, I know what's going to happen now. I know how the show's going to go. What's the happening? You know, as far as all that was so brand new as a head coach for me. You know, I'd been to the NCAA tournament 5 times, I think, with SMU when I was there as an assistant coach, and so I know the drill, but not as a drill as they always say. You know, you move one seat over, it's a big difference. And so, you know, I know what to expect. I know what's going to happen, and we'll get these guys ready to go after the show on Monday night.
Any other questions? Thank you. Oh.
I was just going to ask what the plan was for Monday night in terms of gathering, watching the bracket announcement.
I will tell you, we did not look that far ahead, but we will be making those plans, and then we'll let you know.
Congratulations. Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Hope.